So I have everything cut out now. I've got, well, almost everything. I have one more thing to cut out. I have my patch pocket cut out. I have my sample pattern cut out. I have my shorts back, and I have my shorts front cut out. And then I have one of the pairs of the side pockets. And you could make just one of the inseam pockets, but it would be, most pants have one on each side. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make two. But before I take my pattern off to put it on this extra piece of fabric, remember we saved a piece, I am going to mark the dots. That's the only thing I really have to mark on here, but I do need to mark them. So to mark them, we're going to mark on the wrong side, not on the right side. And this is opposite of the way I normally do it, because I normally have wrong sides together. But with this particular pattern, we need to have right sides together for a reason. So I actually took a pin and stuck it in the center of both of those dots. And this is how you're going to mark all of the dots on the whole thing. The dots for the fly and the dots for the pockets. Okay, so I have it in between. I'm going to take this pin out so it is not going to interfere with what I'm going to do. And sometimes you do have to take some of your pins out in order to do marking. Don't take them all out because you don't want the pattern to shift around too much. And then don't put them all back in because I have to be able to see the marks before you can go on. And if you repin everything, then I have to unpin it to check it. So take a few out and then don't repin everything before I check. All right, so trying to get my paper lifted up here. This pin went right through the fabric all the way through to the opposite side. And we want to make a little dot right there. And you have some options for using, for marking. I have a white chalk pencil. White chalk's not going to show up very well on here, so I'm not going to use that. I could use a blue chalk pencil. It'll probably show up because this is kind of white on the back. And if I do that, what I'm going to do is, this is not a big smear. This is a little tiny dot. I'm going to take it and I'm going to push it right where the pin came out. So I have a little tiny dot, not a big long smear. Because we need to know where the pin was, okay? And if you make a big long line, then we don't know exactly where the pin came through. All right, so it's on the wrong side here. And then I'm going to flip the whole thing over, and where the pin came out on that side, I'm going to do the same thing, okay? Now, some of you may not, blue might not work either. So I'm done with this. I'm going to get rid of that pin. So if blue doesn't work and white doesn't work, you can use a regular pencil, but never use an ink pen, and only use regular pencil on the wrong side. Don't ever use it on the right side. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my paper back so I'm right where the pin is coming through, and I'm making a little tiny dot right there. And then I'm going to lift this whole thing over so that I'm right where the pin came through on the other side, and I'm also going to make a little dot. Okay, then take my pin out. And if you look at this, this one is blue, this one is gray because it came from a pencil or kind of blackish. And that's how big they should be. Not much bigger than a pin dot.